Hello. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. And just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
That's right. How are you, Tiffany?
I'm ecstatic because I have discovered various different names of pumpkins. I was at the store the other day.
Do we need another intro?
What do you mean?
Well, okay, so I made that like tea time thing with you.
Yeah,
Do I have to do another thing?
pumpkin time.
Yeah.
Every time I find out a new name for a pumpkin, I'm gonna get excited because I got a fairy tale pumpkin, and I got a knucklehead pumpkin, and I found out there's one that's like it was either Harley Quinn or some other clown like name, but it was like that because it was a really fun colored pumpkin. I didn't get that one though. I didn't realize they had different names for all the different kinds of pumpkins. I just like pumpkins.
Now you're in the deep rabbit hole of finding different breeds of pumpkin. Is it called breeds?
It'd be different. I don't know.
Or is breeds like only animals?
You know, I'm actually confused at that point. I don't know. It's like different strain, different types.
Strain? That sounds like
Yeah.
a virus.
Yeah, or a drug. Pumpkins are my drug. Different varieties of pumpkin.
You inject yourself in pumpkin juice. Gotta get that hit.
I am a basic white girl, okay? I love pumpkin everything.
Man, if only you actually have long blonde hair,
I
that'd be
know.
perfect.
I don't know if I'd ever go that far.
No, you have short brown hair.
Yeah,
Black hair, brown hair.
It's brown.
Brownish black.
It's very dark brown. I didn't realize it was actually this dark until I cut it all off. For those of you listening, I have a pixie cut. I used to have very long hair that was sun bleached and actually looked like a lighter shade of brown. Did not realize my natural hair color was this dark. People actually asked me if I dyed it when I got it cut.
Little, for both of our images,
Mhm.
for people who don't know what we look like, I actually have like salt peppered hair.
Yep.
I started getting white hair since I was like 15.
Dang.
I know. So I do not care if I have white hair, and I'm too lazy to dye it, / I don't want to spend money.
I think it's a good look on you.
But I've had encounters where people thought I dyed my hair like the salt and pepper look or whatever.
Oh.
I'm like, no, I am too lazy for that.
No. Yeah, there are people out there who specifically dye their hair gray or silver, and I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? You're going to get there eventually.
Unless they lose it.
That's true. They could lose their hair.
And one of the things is like the old wives' tale of if you get white hair, you're not going to lose it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have white hair than go bald,
I can understand
in my
that.
opinion. I don't think I look good bald. I've never seen myself bald. I just assume that. Some people could pull off the look. I don't think I'm one of them.
I've had a hairdresser one time tell me that I would look good bald because I have a good shaped scalp. Like my head is shaped good for being bald. I'm like,
How do you respond to something like that?
don't know. I was like, thank you. I guess that helps. Like if I ever do end up losing my hair for one reason or another, at least I know I'll still look good.
Just in case you have like chemo or something.
Yeah.
You know you'll look good.
I'm going to look fabulous. I'm going to rock that bald head.
I don't know if they know that that's just a weird compliment to give.
It is a weird compliment. But if that ever does happening, English, I do well. If that ever does happen, I am totally cosplaying One Punch Man. And
Yeah,
maybe
might as
Aang.
well. You know, at one hairstylist or barber or whatever you want to call them, they randomly, while they were cutting my hair, they said, "Oh, you have a very coarse hair."
Interesting.
And I'm like, thanks.
I've had a friend once compare my hair to horse hair. So,
No, coarse.
coarse, I know.
Or is horse hair
Horse
coarse?
hair is extremely coarse. It is super
course,
like,
of course, a
wired.
horse.
A horse is a horse, of course. No, it's like thick as a wire almost. It's really thick.
Oh, is that what, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. So I'm like,
I
thank
don't
you.
either. I'm just like, I don't know how to respond.
Why are you
to
telling me
this? Like, my
this?
hair's not that coarse. Because I've felt horse hair. I used to ride horses. I was a horse girl too.
Well, yeah, you're a basic white girl.
Yes.
That's a part of the steeple.
Yes, it is.
And you like Harry Potter. just the most basic white girl.
It's true.
Anyways, yeah, weird things barbers say. I don't. You know what? If you're listening to this on YouTube, down in the comments, what is the weirdest thing your barber has quote unquote complimented that's weird?
Or doesn't have to be a barber. Anyone who's complimented your hair. What's the weirdest hair compliment you've gotten?
I don't know why people are so weird about like compliments with hair.
Maybe it's a compliment to them and they're trying to compliment you and it just comes across weird.
Okay. Anyone who's actually a hairdresser or whatever, what does, oh, you have very coarse hair. What does that mean? How is that a compliment? I just want to know. I want to know more about my hair. I have no idea.
I want my hair to be soft.
Everyone wants silken hair.
Yeah.
Just like all the models and all that stuff, of course. Anyways, we should actually do what we came here to do.
Oh yeah, we're here to
our actual podcast.
Make a quest.
Not just make a quest, start a campaign because this is party starter.
Oh yeah, we're starting that party.
And so, do you have a? I was gonna say a D20. No, a D100.
I got him.
Okay.
75.
And that's on par of what you normally roll.
Well, I definitely sit around the middle.
But I appreciate it because it's short.
Ooh.
Your party has just finished its first job as official adventurers, walking back to the woman who gave you your job. That's okay. Gave them their job.
Your party has just finished its first job as official adventurers. It's directed to you, the party.
Okay, that makes sense. It just threw me off. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm like, your party meaning it's the DM. Your party.
Gotcha. No, your party as in the players.
Okay. I read it as DM's party.
No, this is DM reading it to the players.
Or that. I thought this is mostly directed towards DMs. You know what I mean? I was always doing that mindset.
Yeah, that's fair. This one's directed to the party.
Anyways, I'll start again.
Okay.
Your party has just finished its first job as official adventurers, walking back to the woman who gave you your job when she comes running up, claiming the princess has been assassinated and the group's being framed.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. This is very cut and dry.
Technically, this is the second quest.
True. Unless you want to skip. I could see this being very good if you want to start not at level 1, but as like level 3, 4, or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh yeah, you guys already know each other. We don't have to do the whole everyone meets in a tavern. You just know each other and already have good rapport with each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're headed back after completing a mission.
Yes.
And the person who gave you the mission, who knows you're innocent because you were literally on the mission, is saying, hey, someone's trying to frame you for an assassination.
I don't know if like what the party did on their job is what caused them to be framed. Because if not, it seems a little unfair. Because if it's just a campaign start and you're like the DM saying, oh yeah, you guys are coming back from this quest that you didn't actually do, but you completed and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden they're saying that this random princess you have no idea about because this is the start of the campaign is dead. And you're being framed of it.
Defend yourself.
Yeah, it seems very like they're not gonna be as invested about the like in character unjustly framed thing.
Yeah,
because they're not very emotionally invested yet.
Do we want to build the quest that they were on?
I mean, yeah, we could do that as that is the starting quest, and this is the prompt that we know the ending of.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Sure. So, okay, now we need to come up with a quest that could possibly, like, implicate them in the assassination of the princess.
So a woman would come up to them and hire the group.
Yeah.
So if we do the standard, oh, you all meet in the tavern, where you took on a job from a woman. Let's name them woman.
All right. Lovely list of names. Give me a good one. How about Lucia Rowe?
Lucia.
Luciarowe. Lucia Rowe.
Okay. That's a nice name. So there you do the whole role playing thing of one person comes in at times like, hey, I'm here for a job from Lucia. It's like, okay, sit at that table or go in that room. And then that's when people start slowly meeting each other, introducing themselves.
Okay,
Once
so
they're all there, Lucia shows up.
she's gathering a bunch of individual adventurers, not hiring an adventuring party.
Your party is just finished its first job as official adventurers. So maybe
Oh, maybe this is like an adventurers guild. They're official adventurers.
well, they took up a posting that's like, hey, need a group for something. And they took it on individually. But then the guild's like, okay, 4 people could be assigned to this max or something like that, or whatever the group is.
Whatever the party size is.
And so then they have to meet their client here. And your party members you're going to meet them at the tavern.
Okay.
That's the mutual meeting spot,
All
it
right.
could easily be that.
Yeah.
And that could be before actual playing.
Right. You're going to tell them, hey, you're going to go on your first mission and you're going to meet up at the tavern.
You guys are brand new adventurers.
You just joined the guild.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of steamrolling them like into the guild.
So this is level 1.
You could still start at level 3 or something. Say they've been doing some outside adventuring before becoming official.
You could set it up where this could be a very beginning area and it gain levels throughout it.
Yeah.
And then when they're back, then they're level 3.
That works.
Because, first 2 levels should go by quick.
Yeah, they do go pretty
Or
quick.
else they're going to die.
Dying is bad. So by the time they get back from this mission, they're level 3.
Yeah. That'll be up for the game master.
Yeah, or I've been calling it mission. It quest, adventure, whatever you want to call it. They're doing it.
I'm going on an adventure.
I'm gonna go on an adventure. Yeah.
Sounds so enthusiastic.
I didn't know where I was going with it halfway through it, so I kind of lost it.
One more step, Mr. Frodo, and it'll be the furthest we've been from the Shire.
Aww.
That's a stupid line, by the way.
I like Sam, okay?
No, he's the best bro ever. I'm just saying that line in the first movie was stupid.
Well, one more step, and it's the first I'll have ever been, and then one more step, and then one more step, and then one more step.
Okay, yeah, you haven't left home and you've always been like in your hometown. That's fine. You don't have to make this dramatic like 3 lines about it.
Yeah, but it's a big thing to him.
It's still stupid.
Big deal to someone else can be, small fries to you. It's okay.
It's still a stupid line.
It can still be a big deal to them. People can say whatever lines they want to say because they're getting paid for it.
Okay, we need to stop this tangent.
All right. So what is this official first adventure?
From Lucia.
From Lucia.
She hires the party to... I don't know.
Maybe it's a classic clearing out goblin camps type thing.
How would that bring back to them being framed for assassination? I feel like something in the quest has to you're able to make that mental jump that makes it look like they actually killed the princess.
Right. Maybe it's escorting the princess.
I mean, that's more cut and dry, yes. But what happens if, Lucia sends them to, this lake that's a couple weeks away, right?
Okay.
And just so happened that the princess was nearby, camped out nearby in the town nearby or whatever.
Princess
or in a
wouldn't
castle
camp
nearby.
out. I was going to say.
She could be traveling
Yeah.
as well. But I'm just saying she just so happened to be in the same region as it. And the adventurers did something that make it look like they were in the area / they might have caused something that's for something else.
That's up to the party to decide, though. We don't
I'm
know if
saying,
they're going to cause something.
Well, I'm saying for the actual quest, if they had to kill, if they go into this town that's near the castle, whatever, and they have to find and kill a doppelganger or something like that.
Okay.
And let's say that doppelganger, the event of them killing a doppelganger, what was that? In the event of them killing that doppelganger, maybe that caused an uproar of the guards now investigating or anything like that, then that led to not as many guards being around the princess. That means that they were that's how the assassin was able to kill the princess. So then they saw the party who did this one thing cause a possibly cascading effect. So then the guards think, oh, they were a part of the assassination group. Then they got framed, something like that.
What if
It's the actions that they did that could lead theoretically that makes them to believe that they were a part of the group or they actually killed her.
Yeah. Also, what if this is a random chain of events that add together? The doppelganger takes on the form of the princess, but the party doesn't know what she looks like. So they're just like, oh, cool, you're just another random person. I'm going to kill you. And the guards witness that. And they think that the party has just killed the princess, while at the same time the princess is being kidnapped. But they don't know this. So the princess is kidnapped. All the guards see is the party killing a doppelganger of the princess.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And maybe like doppelganger, like they have it cornered. It knows it's about to die. So it does this one last thing to get back at them by turning into the princess. So they're then found with the princess's dead body.
Well, doppelgangers, when they die, they return to their original form.
Oh, I thought they stayed in the body.
No, in D&D 5th edition at least, they return to their original form. That's how you know when someone is a doppelganger, because if you kill them, then
Okay, that'd be helpful.
all that. That's
Okay,
how we
well-
found out that our lovely party member in your campaign was a doppelganger
Oh, changeling?
or changeling. I think it's a very similar.
Very
things,
similar, yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, he got knocked unconscious, right?
No, technically
he
you
died.
killed us.
Oh, yeah, I
and
did
we
kill all
got
of you.
resurrected.
Uh-huh. That's right, I forgot about that.
Anyways,
Okay. The doppelganger makes sure that the guards
I mean,
see
we could
the
go
party
different directions.
deal the final blow, but then manages to make sure that they fall somewhere where the body can't be found or something like that.
We could go a different direction with doppelganger. I was
Yeah.
just thinking something happened in which it could cause a change of events instead of saying like, oh, it looks like the princess or anything like that. That's why I said we could do a thing where their events distracted guards to make an opening, so therefore the party must be a part of it because they caused a distraction. Is
Yeah.
that jump in logic?
There is that.
You don't have to be as cut of just like, oh, doppelganger looks like princess,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And
I
now
know, that's
you're
definitely
making it
a
a
good
little more
finger in the face.
It is. I agree with that. And depending on the party, sometimes they need that.
I was also thinking earlier when I said they were escorting the princess, like she could be in like an armored carriage or something like that, and she never leaves the carriage. She's always in there. The party is hired on as extra muscle to help the guards protect the princess. They complete the job, they escort the armored carriage to where it needs to go, but when it gets there, the princess is dead inside the carriage. And so
How would the guards assume them party if
the guards
party's-
didn't do it. Of course the party had to do it. They were the only other like outside force there.
But if they always seen the party and if they guard it in which no one goes in or out,
They just assume the party figured out a way in.
but then wouldn't the party then be... Because this is where they realize they're being framed when they come back and finish
Right.
the mission.
They safely deliver the carriage to the front gates of the palace and then go back to the woman who gave them the mission at the point where she's just like, what happened? The princess has been assassinated and they're telling me it was you guys.
I don't want to be a negative Nancy right now.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. You can poo-poo it.
I just think it might be, I wouldn't say better, but like, in my opinion, more interesting if it's very indirect.
Okay. Yeah, no, they
Because
don't.
I think that would cause a more of a like mic drop what kind of thing when they don't even interact or knew that they were near the princess.
Okay, that is more fun, actually.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Completely unrelated mission.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, if they just indirectly had that, but they do something publicly and seen for it, and then that's what caused them to then jump in logic of this caused this, therefore they're a part of it.
So maybe, okay, completely scrap the carriage idea. Nobody wants to do an escort mission anyway.
You
So
don't have to
maybe
be
they're
hard on
given.
yourself that much.
No, I was thinking it the whole time I was saying it. So the mission they could have that's very public, very seen, could be a good first mission for a lot of parties, which is clean out the sewers of the rat infestation. But the rats escape above ground, so the party's chasing them through town.
Okay, so what would that cause the then assumption that they were part of the assassination of the princess?
They're causing a distraction. They're chasing these giant rats through town when they should have killed them underground. It doesn't have to be rats. It could be puddings
True.
or slimes.
What if while they're in the sewers, maybe there is a quote secret entrance to the, you know how the castles like in movies and all that stuff,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
always that like royal family secret escape.
Oh, yeah.
And what happens if that one for the city they're in is located in the sewers?
Oh.
Which I don't see why that will be a thing, but you know.
No one expects royalty to walk through the sewers.
Yes, but they don't even want to walk in the sewers.
No, unless they have to. Let's just say that's the cleanest part of the sewer.
But what if, I was going to say, what if like them cleaning out the sewers and all that stuff, and then they leave, and then maybe the assassins, you know, break in all that stuff, but they got detected.
Mm-hmm.
And so the princess was trying to leave. Let's say the king and queen are also there, and they like, or no, just the king and his princess and his daughter. He instructs the princess to like go and like run off and all that stuff. And the body and maybe attendant or whatever with her is found dead in the sewers.
Mm.
And so then the guards then would see the adventuring party go in there like the morning of the killing,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't see them come out
Mm.
because they exit out a different exit or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
a different way out of the sewers because there's multiple points or whatever.
Right.
And so then they thought, oh, they were lying in wait.
There you go.
Okay, so if we do that, I think we also have to come up with what the assassins actually did, because then the party needs to prove their own innocence. So if we come up with the story how for that, then we get to set up for whoever DM
I mean, for a sewer
decides to run
killing,
this.
I can just see a good old-fashioned stabbing.
Yes, but I'm saying plot-wise, were they also waiting in the sewers? Then why didn't the party notice them, or did they come in afterwards? What was exactly the actual plot of the assassins, and how did they plan to actually for that to happen to then kill the princess in the sewers?
Well, the party's going to be a pretty low level. So if the assassins are hiding and they're a higher level, there's no way that low-level party's going to see them unless they get a nat 20 or something.
Let's just assume like they have the whole thing planned out.
Yeah.
It's usually assassination of a princess. It's usually a
Oh, yeah, no,
well thought out plan.
They've been planning this for a while, and the party stumbling into the sewers is just a wrench in their plan. So maybe they spun it then to try to pin it on the party. So maybe, okay,
Maybe I would like to say or try to say the pinning was an accidental thing. It was a quote unquote happy little accident.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see where the plan is, where they do a quote unquote assassination attempt in the castle or the palace itself,
Mm-hmm.
in which they knew that it would then drive the princess to go to the escape route, and
Right.
the actual assassination attempt was known to be in these sewers.
Yeah.
But I feel like we need to think of something that for the DM who chooses to run this,
Mm-hmm.
to have something to latch on to about how the party is going to then try to find them while being wanted,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is a cool campaign idea where you're doing the entire campaign wanted criminals and
Yeah.
trying to hide from it.
Maybe not the entire campaign. Maybe just like you can help figure that out at the beginning and then carry on from there.
No, I could see it as like that would be an interesting entire campaign where you are
You're just
wanted,
wanted.
fugitive the entire time.
Fugitives.
Fugitive, yes. I think that'd be a cool story arc and season/campaign
Mm-hmm.
where if you ended, you could then choose to continue or just stop it there and make new characters and start a new campaign.
That's true. Okay. So they are going to be wanted. So trying to think like
I just don't want our input to be, oh yeah, the princess died and the players got hired to clear out random monsters, whatever you want to put in the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
They clear out, and then they decide to have a break, or they have to go make sure this section or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, there is a assassination attempt in the palace, and then princess runs in the sewers and then gets killed with their attendant in the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to add something more than that because that's very small amount that we just added to it. You know what I mean?
So there's a lot of backstories and stuff that, not even backstories, just classes and things that give specific weapons to characters. And I know specifically from, I think it was the soldier background, or I think it's soldier. But you get like a dagger taken off of an enemy or something like that. You get like a dagger that is unique.
Okay.
And so if your party has unique weapons, is what I'm getting at, something that can easily tie this back to them, the assassins could steal that somehow, like while
Well,
they're battling the rats or something.
We already said that like it's the guards that knows that they went into the sewer system.
Yeah.
That's the smoking gun.
Right.
Yes, you could do that, and if any DM does that, but we should also plan just in case none of them have that.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
So really it's just the guards pointing the fingers like, you're the last ones we saw in there.
Well, that could easily be viable enough because guards
Mhm.
reported that they saw that avenging party go
Mhm.
in to the location where the princess got killed, either as an accomplice or to clear out so that the assassins would go unbothered or anything like that. They could assume all that.
Okay.
But like, what else? Like, do we want to say it's a part of like an organization? Who was an organization that hired the assassins? The assassins are a part of, or like, what is the reason why they want to kill the princess?
They might have been hired assassins, like the Assassins Guild or something like that. Or Thieves Guild, if you want to go there.
The Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, something along those lines.
That's a scary. No, that's an Elder Scrolls thing.
Gotcha. Didn't know that one.
In Elder Scrolls, there is Assassin's Guild or Thieves Guild.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like killing. They just wanted to steal things and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
That's thieves. The Dark Brotherhood is a cult-like guild that actually takes on assassinations.
Gotcha. So something more like that. Because I assume there'd be a Thieves Guild, but an Assassin's Guild would definitely take that one step further. Or they can just be flat up hired mercenaries who will do anything for money.
Well, to be fair, the assassination... I can't talk today.
Oh, no.
Well, to be fair, the assassination of a royal family member is usually more higher level than mere mercenaries.
That's true.
This has to be like professional coordinated killers and all that stuff.
All right, professional assassins then.
So it's like, oh, is this like a cult then that want to kill the princess for a sacrificial thing, or like
Possibly, but then her body would never be found. Just the assistant.
well, it's just the merely of killing, taking the
maid.
life and all that stuff.
Handmaiden.
Okay, what if it's like a special dagger that absorbs souls? So you have
Okay.
to stab into the heart of a victim in which it absorbs a soul.
All right.
And what happens if they use that for ritualistic purposes? So they stab the princess in the heart.
To gather
Maybe
her soul.
because of a specific bloodline or something like that, because usually kings and
Yeah.
royalty has a specific bloodline
Maybe for their ritual,
for
they
a
needed
ritual, or possibly for,
the virgin blood of royalty.
that's assuming if the princess is a virgin.
That's assuming, yes.
But it could have been just to break a seal that the great ancestors kind of
A blood seal type thing.
possibly.
only
No, I'm talking souls. You're still thinking blood.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
know.
two separate things. Well, it could be something like that. What do you think?
Yeah, that could be a thing. A seal placed upon an ancient being by an ancestor of
Yeah,
the
and they
royal
finally
line.
released Cthulhu or something like that.
Something along those lines, yeah.
And if the party fails to actually identify it or anything like that, which you could just set up where the players will, that means that them stopping the cult or stopping the ritual, clearing their names, because then the princess's soul is still in the blade,
Mm-hmm.
then that could possibly then clear their name. So stopping the cult, getting a hold of the blade, finding Princess's soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they clear the name, and then end of story arc.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then wraps up nicely.
Yeah. It should be one of those blades where if you get stabbed by it, you're definitely going to bleed out. There's not much saving you. Those triangle blades, where instead of the blade being flat, it's a triangle shape. And if you get a stab wound like that, it's nearly impossible to sew back up.
I was thinking of one of those super cartoony, like,
The wavy ones.
no, I was thinking just a fat stubby dagger where it's just like
No, I think
this
that would
wide and like hardly any tall, so it's very cartoony. Like
not quite that. No, they're
when you said triangle, that's what I thought of.
yeah. If you were to point the tip of the knife straight at somebody, they would see a triangle shape instead of the normal flat shape that a dagger would be. It's
Okay,
still
yeah.
long like a dagger, and sometimes those are also twisted, so they cause more damage.
But anyways, that thing is designed for souls if you stab in the heart.
Yes.
I kind of like that whole you have to stab in the heart to kill them, and which then absorbs the soul.
Yeah, there's probably like a gem on the pommel or something that holds the soul. Like
Multiple
it
souls
glows.
and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, then maybe there's multiple in there.
Yeah, it gets crowded in there, you know.
Yeah.
But okay, one last thing before we wrap it up.
What's up?
What are they trying to free, or what are they gonna use the soul to do? Either summon something, free something, or what?
I was thinking Demogorgon.
Demigorgons are from Plane of Fire?
I don't actually know. Let's look up the Demogorgon. Demogorgon. It's a huge fiend demon.
Oh, it's a demon.
Yeah,
So the Infernal Planes.
probably.
What's the challenge rating of that?
Challenge rating is 26. I'm not saying they're going to fight it. I'm saying they're trying to prevent
No, but
someone
just
from
in case they
summoning it.
fail. Because
If
there's
they
always
fail,
a
the
chance.
world ends and it's time to start a new campaign.
No,
unless you
that's
want
when
a
you start
Tarrasque.
another. God, no. That's when you start another campaign. Because I always have a funny backup campaign idea just in case I TPK.
Nice.
I think I've told like you this, and I said it on the podcast a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's where everyone just goes into the Infernal Planes, and then they have to fight their way out, even if they were a good person.
Oh, fun.
Like they were mistakenly put in there.
I mean, a barbed devil could pop out. They're
No,
just trying to
Demigorgon
have some
sounds
minor-
cool, and it's supposed to be a very intimidating thing, anyways.
It is.
They're supposed to stop it, so
I've
might as
actually
well.
been in a campaign where we saw the Demogorgon and it was sitting in the middle of the lake. We were just like, nope, and just left.
Well, at least you're smart enough to say no to that. There's plenty of new people who don't know that. And they're like, I'm gonna fight it.
Yeah, we noped our way out of there so
Good
hard.
luck. Anyways, okay. So to put in the events as we laid out.
Yeah. Recap.
Recap. First time adventurers meet in the tavern to for Lucia, who then hires them to say, hey, monsters are roaming around in the sewer system. They tend to come out if it becomes overcrowded. So then we like to hire people to clear them out every once in a while.
Yeah.
Good reason.
Yes.
Innocent reason.
Valid quest. Good first timers quest.
Depends on what's down there, but still.
Yeah.
Anyways, they fight all that stuff. Maybe they get one like bigger monster, like a small mini boss kind of thing, but not too hard. They're level 1s. Or they
Probably.
get level 2 and then they fight that thing.
I was going to say
Anyways.
about partway through it, they probably hit level 2.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, they complete the job, all that stuff. And maybe that mini boss that they discover and they have to defeat, it's way off to the side, like
Mhm.
further than they've anticipated.
And these are really sprawling sewers.
And then maybe it's like a grate, like behind the room they go in, and the back behind the boss monster is the grate that's like busted that leads out of the
Gotcha.
city. So then they're like, oh, instead of going back, we're gonna go out to the city and then come through the front or something like that. Makes it easier.
Yeah.
That means that they're not gonna come back up for the
Mhm.
guards to see. Boom.
Easy peasy.
They come back to the city and all that stuff, and they hear roaring bells and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
In which Lucius could be running up to them and is like, what did you guys do?
What did you do?
You're being accused of killing the princess. And they explain what like rumors around saying the guards saw a group of adventurers that described you guys
Mm-hmm.
going get out down in the sewers, and the princess, the royal capital or the royal palace got attacked. Princess ran, escaped into the sewer systems for her life, and she was found dead in the sewer systems. You guys were last seen in the sewer system, so they think you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Party then has to be incognito for the entire campaign now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be a fun, just like you actually have to be in group hiding and all that stuff.
Yeah, and definitely
Align
if,
yourself with unsavory people
maybe
and all that.
actually use the spell disguise self.
I
in
know.
various
It
situations.
gives people the chance to actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually using a disguise kit that
Yeah.
is a proficiency that people never use.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, I'm saying it's a good campaign idea.
That is, yep, I agree.
I'm always right.
Mm.
Exactly, yes. And so they will have to figure out why or prove their innocence.
Yeah.
In which they're going to possibly stop the cult thing, find clues. Sorry, DM, you're going to have to think of that. This is going to be the entire campaign, so
Yeah. Good luck with that.
yeah. The cults using the princess's soul as a catalyst of opening up a seal or a dimension door or something to try to get a demigorgon in this material plane.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the party stops it, and the princess's soul will hopefully be used to prove that they're innocent and, yay, save the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much a good campaign, I guess. We made an entire campaign.
Yeah, yeah. Usually these are supposed to kind of spice the overarching campaign. So.
Starting the beginning of a campaign usually sets a tone.
Yeah.
Unless you DM like me, in which I don't exactly do that, but you know, I like to do random things until I find like a hook that the players have took an interest in. I'm like, okay, I'll make the campaign off of whatever their reactions are.
Oh, nice.
So it's usually very open-ended.
You let them build the campaign.
Yes, I see what they're interested in.
That makes more sense.
And that build I use that as inspiration. It's like, oh, I could develop that even more.
That's a good tactic.
Unless you're like our group, which is super indecisive, and if you give them an open world, they don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sad.
I gave you guys the illusion of an open world.
I know. Anyways, if you start your campaign like this, please let us know. Hopefully your party doesn't get too upset that they got framed. But let us know how the tactics they used to avoid the law. You know, I want to hear some wacky tactics on that. / just have a party of druids all be cats the entire campaign.
Oh my gosh.
And that's how they hide. That'll be funny.
That would be funny.
You can let us know if down in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you want to tweet us at QuestSportPod. If you have a job suggestion of your own, a posting of your own that you want us to make a quest of, let us know on either platforms. I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.